Let's see here. Let's put this camera down. Alright, I've been debating on making this video. It's been a couple weeks. I said I was going to make some videos. I've got a lot of footage, but a lot of stuff's been going on. So, as you can see, I'm in a hotel. Matter of fact, I'm in Bedbug Inn. I'm in the Motel 6. Motel 6, yeah. And it's exactly what you would expect it to be. Here, let's take a look right quick. No baseboards. Particle board furniture. Bored as hell. I'm bored, man. And, so yeah, 2 breakdowns this week. 2 breakdowns in 3 days. And, I'm pretty pissed about it. So one thing I noticed, I show you all a lot of the bad stuff that's going on with trucking, but I want to be completely transparent. As a rookie truck driver, let's see, I am coming up on 8 months, and here's basically what I can say. I'm just, obviously, you know, I'm trying to get a paycheck. That's really what I'm doing. But every day, my goal for the day, for the week, really, is to not get any tickets, not get in an accident, and to look forward to where my trucking career is going to go, right? I like trucking. I really do. It fits my personality very well, right? I like to be alone. Not a lot of people do, but, you know, for me and, you know, my life, I enjoy solitude. I really do. So, anyway, basically, every week I'm just looking forward to where this is going to take me, right? I'm not exactly 100% happy at where I'm at with trucking right now, right? And I'll break down some stuff that's been going on that that I'm not so happy about, right? My check this week for last week, I'll be lucky if it's $500, right? My check next week, I don't even know what it's gonna be, right? So here's what happened last week. So I've had this truck, actually 2 weeks ago. We'll start there. This truck that I have, since I've gone solo, because you guys know I was teaming, they made me team for 6 months until I finally said I'm not doing this anymore. And this is going to kind of weave into where I'm going with this for rookie truck drivers. This truck that I got was a 2013 Cascadia Freightliner, 700,000 miles. I liked it at first. I didn't mind it, right? A lot of people hate Freightliners. Something about a Freightliner, I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like I had more control over it, right? Because I had been in an International, I've been in a Volvo. I liked Volvos too. I can't put my finger on what it is I like about a Volvo and a Freightliner, but I know the International is, there was something about an International I didn't like, but I still couldn't tell you what it is. But a Freightliner kind of feels like home for some reason. It's like that shitty bicycle you have that you like, but everyone says it's a piece of shit, you know? So, anyway, or even my car. I have a 2003 4Runner. I would not trade that car for any car. I really wouldn't. I would probably consider a brand new 4Runner, but I wouldn't trade it for a payment. If someone was to say flat out, hey, I'll trade you this for that, you know, no money down, nothing, I would do it. But I love the vehicle I have, and it probably has 280,000 miles, and it's been the best vehicle I've ever had. I've never done anything outside of tires, oil changes, and brakes, really. So anyway, so this Freightliner, it's had DEF issues the entire time, right? I can hear the thing regenning going down the road. Now, the problem with that is this thing would regen so weird to where I could barely shift it. Like I would lose all my RPMs. I don't know if you guys have experienced that, but it would make it hard to shift, right? And it would do it constantly. And the check engine lights would come on. So every single week for the last couple of months, I've been turning in a DVIR, a report that says, what's wrong with the truck. They're supposed to look at it and fix whatever is wrong with the truck. And half the time, it never got fixed. About every other week, I would turn one in every week, if not twice a week. And every other week, I would come in and it would either not be fixed, or I would come in and the check engine lights would be off. I'd get 30 minutes down the road and they're back on. And it would regen over and over again the entire time I'm driving, right? So, but the thing is about being a new driver, I really can't afford to say, hey, fix my truck or I'm not going anywhere, because then I wouldn't get a paycheck, right? So you're constantly battling that, right? You know that you need to get this fixed, but it's going to cost. It comes with a price, right? Which is bullshit. That's bullshit number one of the day, okay? So then I fill out another DVIR. I slapped it on the table and I showed them and I said, this needs to be fixed. I'm going to be off for 3 days. I want to come back and it be fixed. I come back and the check engine lights were off and my cruise control no longer worked. I don't know what they did, but cruise control didn't work. So there for 2 weeks, I was running without cruise control. Well, then I get a load to Maryland, and at this company I'm at, nothing. I mean, it is fucking Christmas if something is under 40,000 pounds. If you got a load under 40,000 pounds, it's like your birthday. It's like fucking a Christmas present. I get so excited if I get anything less than 40,000 pounds. And most of the time it's 44, 45. When I went to Maryland for my back haul, I had to scale this fucking load 9 times. 8 reways. Then, I had to get into moving the fifth wheel and shit, and it took forever to get this weight right, but I finally got it right. So that's another issue that I don't like about this company, is everything is heavy as fuck. And so I'm always the slowest motherfucker up the hills, always the fastest down them, So anyway, that's just me bitching. This is a bitch fest. I'm going to bitch about a lot of shit about being a rookie truck driver because I think you all need to know. Well, when I was going to Maryland, I was heavy. I was 45,000 pounds. I think I was 79,880, right? 120 off from being over gross. So as I'm going down these giant mountains, right? If y'all been up to Maryland from the south, there's some pretty big mountains up there. And I think they're like 6% grades, maybe a 9% somewhere. Well, my engine brake wasn't working, okay? It was working, but it wasn't doing anything at all. And so I smoked my brakes, and it scared the shit out of me. So I pulled over for 30 minutes. I should have got footage, but I didn't. I called them. I said, I need a new truck. The engine brake's not working on this. I got 2 check engine lights, and my cruise control doesn't work. I fill out DVIRs every week, if not twice a week, and I'm still dealing with this shit. So they're like, okay, we'll get you a truck when you come back in. I was like, yeah, if I make it back. And they're like laughing it off like it's no big deal. So what I had to do was I had to take these hills at a very low gear. And I hated it because you get all these, and that's the thing that pisses me off. You fucking put your hazard lights on out here, nobody knows what that means, okay? That means get the fuck from around me. Don't be on my ass. Know that I'm probably going slow. Something's going on. If you see a fucking car or a truck with hazard lights on 100 yards in front of you, you should probably go ahead and get over so you can go around them. Not wait till you're up in their fucking ass crack to figure out what's going on. Well, that was happening because I got to take these giant fucking hills in 6th gear, 7th gear, just creeping down them because my fucking engine brake doesn't work and I'm 79,000 fucking pounds in a shitty Freightliner. And I got these motherfuckers coming right up on my ass because I know there's going to be some idiot truck driver that's going way too fast down this hill. He's going to wait till the last second to get over and he's going to freak out or whatever. Anyway, long story short, I made it back. And I made it back on a Friday. I don't know. But they said, hey, call this lady. She's going to have trucks for you. I call her. She said, okay, I'm going to send a list to your box, your ELD box, and you can pick out a truck when you get back. And then tell me what it is Saturday night, and I'll, assign you to it. I never got anything from the box. I tried calling. She wasn't there. I even told them to have her call me back. She never did, right? So here comes Monday morning. I'm getting another fucking load, and my truck's not fixed. It's the same deal. And again, back to what I was saying, I can't say, I could say no, right? But it comes with a price. So I take it anyway. I say, fuck it, I take it. And this was last week, and last week they just offered me shitty loads. There was no good loads, and you want to say no, but in your head as a rookie, you're like, because there's a difference between the guy with 3 years of experience, 2 years experience at this, starter company. He's got some leverage, right? As a rookie truck driver, you don't have a lot of leverage, right? They're playing off the fact that they know, hey, this guy's got roughly 6 months experience. He can't really trade this job for a better job. It's going to be about the same anywhere he goes until he gets to a year, 2 years. Don't think that they don't know that, because they do. And if I start saying no, either the loads could get worse, or they could be slim to none. They could start saying, well, we don't have anything else, so it's either this or stay home. Or it could get better, right? But see, coming from a world that wasn't trucking into trucking, you're not as a rookie, you're not like these experienced guys who know the tricks of the trade. And I guess they call all this that I'm going through paying your dues, which is fine, right? But see, you still got to keep your sanity, during all this shit, staying in a Motel 6, having 2 breakdowns. So anyway, last week was rough. I got 2 really shitty loads. It snowed the whole fucking time. I got some footage of it. I'm going to put it on here at the very end. You guys can see, or maybe I'll do another video. We'll see. So anyway, I take these runs. The roads were terrible. They were icy, but I made it back. Everything was okay. So then, oh no, on that second run, I made it back for the first one. I went to do a second one to Chicago, right? Shitty run. Chicago, where I'm at, that's like a 5-hour drive. That's it. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna plan this out perfect. As soon as I get in this truck, I'm bouncing to. I left myself no time to spare at all, right? I wanted to get to my appointment time, get unloaded, get my backhaul, and come back in the same day, right? 5 hours of driving there, 5 hours of driving back. That's 10 hours of driving. And then I've got, 14. I've got 6 hours to spare, right? Let's get all this shit done so I can get back home and not have to do a 10-hour break on the road when you're not getting that many miles. So I get up there, I get unloaded, and all of a sudden my truck derates. Well, what happened was it starts blinking and the red engine light comes on. And I'm like, fuck. So I call work and I say, hey, this red engine light's on. And I'm still in the dock getting unloaded. And it came on while I was getting ready, while I was waiting to be unloaded. Or I was being unloaded, they were getting ready to come out. And I said, hey, this red check engine light's on. I'm pretty sure it's about to break down. What should I do? He said, call the shop. I told the shop. They said, well, if it's not broke down yet, then just keep going. There's no sense in us sending someone out if it's not really broke down yet. And I'm sitting there telling them the red check engine light's on, right? To me, I'm like, this is fucking stupid. So I call back. Hang on a second. I call back my dispatcher, and I told him what the shop said. And they said, yeah, figured they would say that. Go ahead and get your backhaul. I look at my backhaul, and it's fucking 2 hours out of the opposite direction. So what does that mean? That tells me I'm taking a 10-hour break on the road, but also you just gave me, not only did you make it to where I have to do a 10-hour break on the road, but I just told you the truck's probably going to break down, and you sent me 2 hours out of the opposite direction. How fucking stupid is that, right? That's stupid. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. So as soon as I go to pull out, the truck's derated. It won't go over 5 miles per hour. So I call them back. Dispatcher's like, shit, fuck, man. Yeah, now you got to fucking cancel that load because you wouldn't fucking, look at the obvious shit that's going on, right? And I'm pissed off because I've been filling out all these DVIRs about this DEF system regening and shit, and they didn't do anything, right? Whatever they're doing, well, we're going to get to that. So I break down. They send someone out. The guy comes out, and cool dude, some British dude or something. We talked for a while. He ran a force regen on it. It was not working, okay? Basically, there was a fuse that was blown for the heater, okay? He replaced that. But then he did another regen. He said, okay, look, we did a regen. It's fine. You need work done to the regen, but here's the problem. The problem is it's been throwing this code to the computer for so long that the computer's saying, fuck you, we're done, And basically what that means is they will have to basically reboot the entire computer because they neglected something for so long, these engine lights for so long, that the computer was like in safety mode, right? Almost as if you're getting a virus and your computer is trying to protect you by shutting down completely and, not coming back on until you fix the problem. So that's what happened. So now the truck would not come out of D-rate. You would have to take it to Cummins, because it has a Cummins in it, and have them completely reboot the entire thing. You can't go, the guy who came out there, even though he had software and everything, he couldn't do this. It has to be by the manufacturer of the engine. So now we're out of truck. So they're sitting there saying, no, that can't be right. We're going to send someone else out there. And I was like, whatever, don't listen to me. I don't know anything, right? Well, they decided, okay, they're going to send someone to bring me a truck and take the old truck back, right? That's a 5-hour drive there and a 5-hour drive back. And I'm sitting there like, okay, whatever. Well, then I get a knock on my window in the middle of the night, and it's a tow truck guy. Even though they told me on the phone he wouldn't be there till the morning, because I was like, okay, I need to start packing up my stuff. I had already started packing up my stuff, but I didn't finish. I said, I need to finish packing up my stuff. No, don't worry about it. You can do that in the morning. He won't be there till the morning, but yet he shows up in the middle of the night. So I'm scrambling to get all this shit together. And then sure enough, the truck they brought wouldn't fucking start. It wouldn't fucking start. And the guy was like, fuck, man, I knew this was going to happen, because they went out there to the parking lot when I showed up, and at the last second tried to make sure that the battery would start. So I knew something shady was going on. I was like, of course, I get into this fucking, okay, so we're sitting there. I'm like, fuck, man, it's cold as fuck outside. Negative something, freezing, snow everywhere. I'm cold. And luckily my truck was still running, even though it was derated. But I was cold from trying to get out and help this guy. So I was like, dude, I don't know what to do. Because the shop was closed at this point, right? It was 3 a.m. No one was in the shop. I called them. They said I needed to wait till 6 a.m. when someone was coming in there. So we had to sit there for like 2.5 hours, or that's what we thought. Well, so I told that guy, I said, sorry, man, but we got to wait till someone comes in the shop so they can send someone out here. And about an hour goes by, and then all of a sudden I hear a truck fire up, and he got it started somehow. And he said, I got it started. Let's go ahead and do this. So I'm like, okay, I'm moving my shit. It was cold. I mean, okay. The night before, or like a day or two before, it was freezing rain. They brought this truck up here. They didn't defrost it or anything. The window, everything was frozen on it. And so I had to scrape all that shit off. It was cold as shit on the inside. There was a nasty big fucking stain on the mattress. And it was just gross in this fucking truck. I'm like, are you fucking serious, man? This is the fucking shit. This is the shit that they're going to give me. You know, after I've already been, you know, it just didn't surprise me at all, honestly. It pissed me off, but it was not shocking. So, anyway, that guy wanted to hurry so fast. I was freezing, man. I was trying to get that truck warmed up. It was taking way too long. Anyway, it ended up warming up. I went to a truck stop down the street. I got de-icer. I was out there scraping shit, freezing my ass off. And then, so it made it back. We made it. I went back. I didn't get a backhaul. I took it straight back to the yard, shut it down, went home. I did my home time. And then I got this load going to New York. And I left out Sunday, and I drove like 7 hours, shut down, or 6 hours, shut down somewhere. Got up this morning when I fired up, after I did my I fired up the truck, I did my pre-trip, and then as I pulled off, I saw white smoke coming out of the exhaust for a solid 60 seconds. And I was debating on pulling over because I'm looking at this exhaust blowing, and then it stops, right? It stops doing that. I get about 20 miles down the road, all of a sudden I get the red stop engine light coming on, and it says stop engine. Beep, 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 beep. I'm like, fuck, man, here we go again. Here we go again. So I'm in Clarion, Pennsylvania, and I pull over. I call the shop. I let them know, hey, this truck is doing the same shit that other one was. Long story short, they can't fix it. There's something wrong with it. It's clogged up. They got to take it apart. So they towed the truck. I walked across the street here to this Motel 6, and here I am. So then I get a phone call. Some girl I have never heard of before at the shop, or at the office. And she was like, hey, we're just calling around, asking drivers how they're doing. We want to make sure you guys are happy. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So that was definitely not planned out. And so I told her straight up. I told her everything that I was dealing with, everything that I wasn't mean or anything, but I just told her straight up. I said, look, I look for a new job every day. The only reason I don't leave is because I want to get to my year. I was like, the miles are inconsistent. My paycheck this week, I'll be lucky if it's $500. My paycheck next week, I'll be lucky if I get one. Every week, I come out here and I have no idea how much my check's going to be. I have no idea how much anything's going on. I have a baby. We have a newborn at home. My wife's not working right now. I'm paying for absolutely everything. And it makes me sick to my stomach to work at a place where I have no idea how much money I'm going to bring home. I understand that trucking is not going to be the same every week, but honestly, a dedicated job sounds a lot better right now, to be honest with you. But if you all are willing to fix stuff, I would like more money, and I would like more miles, and I want them to be as consistent as possible. I said, and the way we're going to do that is you all are going to give me longer runs. Not this fucking Chicago bullshit where I'm wasting my fucking time. And that's what I want to get to, is like, when you all come out here, if you're new, there's a lot of bullshit going on where you're just sitting around not getting paid. If you get paid by the mile and you come out here, you're going to be surprised about how much you're sitting around not making any money. And I mean, that's like a given. I remember watching trucking shows or trucking YouTube stuff when I first started or before I started, and people talking about the same thing. And I remember wondering why people hop from job to job to job. You know, I even said something in the comments to somebody, and their response to me was literally, I said, I don't understand why you all jump from job to job to job. I'm not going to do that when I come out here. And then the person said, that's exactly why you don't understand, because you're not out here, right? And now I know. Now I feel like a jackass for saying that. But like all the older people say, that's, you know, that's part of paying your dues, but it sucks. It really does. And I would say if you're new and you're looking for a job, to look for a dedicated job. That's what that would be my advice. Because then you don't have to deal with, because when you're new out here, these dispatchers, you got experience guys, they're literally saying, I don't want this, I don't want this, give me this. They're taking the best runs that pay the most. And you are going to get stuck with the shit that they don't want, right? And your job is to try to get to where you're no longer the guy getting the shitty shit. So that's the name of the game out here as a rookie. You know, and there's a guy that I did not like at all, okay? I teamed with this guy. Rude, very rude, obnoxious, would never shut the fuck up. Always talking. I mean, he was just obnoxious, right? And I was dying to get out of this truck with him in it because he just was driving me crazy. But I listened to him, how he talked to the people at my company, okay? He would cuss them out to their face. No fucks given. If something was wrong with his truck, he would threaten the mechanics that he was going to call their boss, because he was on a name-to-name basis with this guy, right? I've never met the guy who runs the place, but he knows this guy, and they catered to him. He treats them like shit, and they catered to him. And he would tell me, he was like, dude, you don't need them. They need you. Keep that in your mind at all times. And it's like, man, that is so outside of my personality to like disrespect people like that. And it blew me away, because I remember, like, I'm talking about, this guy would cuss out the owner's son and shit like that. I don't want to fucking talk to you. Get me on the phone with this fucking guy. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Anywhere else you would be fucking fired on the spot. But he made bank. This guy got the best miles, made the most money, was constantly telling them he wants more money, and they would fucking give it to him. And it just blew me away, you know? And I would be like, man, but I'm brand new. Are they going to really let me get away with that type of shit? Well, he was like, yeah, you're right about that. You know, and I was just like, dude, you're just able to disrespect people on a whole different level that I'm not willing to. I'm not trying to disrespect people like that to get what I deserve, you know? But, you know, as time goes on, man, he is more and more right as time goes on. And I remember we had to do this safety meeting while he was in the truck. And the HR guy calls us, and he's like, yeah, we got to do a safety meeting. He goes, I'm not doing that safety meeting unless you buy us lunch, unless you give us gift cards for lunch. And the guy was like, yeah, sure. So we did the safety meeting. It was 15 minutes. We were watching a video that every other fucking truck driver had to watch too. It was like a Skype call. We didn't have to say anything. We just watch it, listen. And when we go back in, we get $40 worth of fucking Subway, McDonald's gift cards. I'm like, what the fuck, man? This guy, like, y'all, and I fucking would talk to the employees behind his back to see what they were feeling about him, because I'm so fucking confused as to why they catered to him, and he straight up cusses them out, and they couldn't stand him. But somehow he's at the top of the food chain as an experienced driver. So it's something I'm still trying to figure out. It's crazy, man. But like I said, really, I'm just looking forward to where I'm going next. At this point, I don't hate this company. I really don't. But I do hate the first year of trucking. Kind of. I like trucking, but I don't like getting bent over, right? it's just funny. It's funny because I know it's not going to last long. It's not going to last forever, but I'm really looking forward to where I'm going. I've got a couple companies picked out. I got one at the top that I really want. And there's a guy on YouTube who works there, and he makes great money. And that drop and hook, just dude, the sounds of drop and hook dedicated runs, terminal to terminal. Oh my God, that sounds like hitting the lottery. It really does. Because you're going to come out here and you're going to have, in whatever plans you fucking think you have, running this fucking brokered freight and shit, fucking scratch them off, because you don't know what the fuck's going to happen that day. You really don't. And you're going to have motherfuckers talking to you. Man, I've been to some shippers and receivers where literally I have to call my wife before I fucking just start knocking motherfuckers out. Even women too. And like, I walk in there with a good attitude every time, even if I'm not in the best of the moods. I don't disrespect anybody, right? But there are some disrespectful fucking people working at these places, and they will test you, and they will talk to you like shit. And the reason they do is because you're not their boss, you're not their customer, and they know they're never going to see you again. So they just pick you because you're the truck driver they're never going to see again to take their fucking bad shitty day out on by talking to you like you're fucking this tall. So it happens. But anyway, like I said, I'm giving you all the raw hard details of this shit, right? I'm not fucking trying to mislead you all. Some guy called me a snowflake on here. Dude, that's fine, man. Yeah, I'm a fucking snowflake. I'm literally venting to you all the fucking emotions and fucking bullshit that I'm dealing with out here. There's good too, and I'm gonna show you guys some good. It's just, I haven't gotten into the rhythm of fucking doing these videos, man. I have no intentions for this YouTube stuff, right? I've had a channel that I let go of with thousands of subscribers. Not a shitload, but I think 6,000 or 7,000 subscribers, and I walked away from it. And the reason I did was because I took an approach to it at a guy who's very successful on YouTube that I met in person, and we did a collaboration together, and I wish I never did it. And he's got like over 300,000 subscribers, and he hates it. I know he does. I mean, he tells me like it's a job to him. He is not himself on YouTube. So I took that route too, where I wasn't exactly being myself. Like, I don't ever want to have a channel where I don't fucking be myself, where I use, foul language. Like, I cuss. I don't care, That's me. I don't want to hide myself just to fit into an algorithm. I like making these videos. It's a good way to vent. And it's also, when you're alone all the time, yes, I enjoy it, but I like being able to share my experience with people, and out here on the road, you don't meet a lot of people. So it's nice to have this, to be able to, connect somehow with people, So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to either make a new video or maybe I might throw some footage on here. It's already 33 minutes. So, all right, take care.